Namaskaram and good afternoon, family and friends. We are gathered here today to honor the life and mourn the death of Devadas Chris Naidoo, fondly referred to as DK or Uncle Deva to many of us. We come here today with hearts full at the sudden passing of a man who contributed immensely. contributed immensely to society, to education, and to his family. And while we try and come to terms with his unexpected death, we must look back and be grateful for the life that he fully lived. Thankful for the lessons that we were taught and honored by the many lives that he had touched. My name is Priya Naidoo, and I am one of Uncle Deva's nieces. On behalf of Auntie Chinema and Vasi, Pam, Jayan and their families, I would like to thank you for your presence here today, especially given the current pandemic situation. Before we continue, I'd just like to remind you to please take extra precautions as you interact with each other today, specifically with regards to masking and social distancing. It is our collective responsibility to keep ourselves and each other safe, and especially more so the elderly family members and friends that are here with us today. We will now just be hearing a few tributes from the Le Mercy Andhra Mahasabha group. So over to the group. Thank you. Sorry, hopefully you can hear me now. To friends and family, please feel free to come and pay your respects while the bhajans are being rendered. Just please be careful around social distancing, but more than happy for you to walk through and pay your respects. Thank you.
Swami
Family and friends, we have a few speakers today who will be sharing tributes and their memories of Uncle Dava. And for anybody in the hall today who would also like to pay a tribute to Uncle Dava, you are most welcome to do so as well. Our first speaker today will be Shadev, who is Uncle Dava's nephew, and who will be talking on behalf of the Naidoo family.
Namaskaram. Shuklam Bharadharam Vishnam Sasivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyaye Sarma Vigno Prashantahe Agajana Padmakam Gajanam Samhisam Anekadantam Bhaktanam Ekadam Upashmahe Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Saksha Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Sodari Sodara Manvara మీ యాభై మందికి నా ప్రియమైన వందనములు. Today I read the message on behalf of the Naidoo family, and the message has been composed by my dad, the elder brother of our late Uncle Deva, Sri Vishnu Garu. So with the kind permission I would read the message from Dad to his younger brother. Relatives and friends of the late Devadas Chris Naidoo, and on behalf of Chinnamma, wife of the late Devadas, and her children, thank you and welcome for your attendance at this funeral service. Present circumstances in the country forbid family members and friends from paying their personal sympathies to the bereaved family. Devadas, popularly known as Deva, is the second child of the late Mr. and Mrs. L. Chris Naidoo of Stella Hill. His youthful years shared with his brothers Vishnu and late brother Logendra and two sisters Shanti and Kasturi. Devadas' paternal brothers and sisters and their families lived harmoniously in a large bungalow home in Stella Hill at 49 Andhra Road. Various youth activities were organized in the community of Stella Hill. Devadas, from his boyhood days to adulthood, actively participated in the activities: the Scout movement, the Old Boys Club, the Red Cross Society, the Child Welfare Society, in the Bodybuilding Club, the Andhra Esteteford, FOSA organization, and other social and educational subcommittees. Devadas started as an educator at Stella Hill School. After service at various schools, he retired as principal in Ottawa Primary School. In his retirement, he became an active member of the Retired Teachers Club in Tongaat. He and his wife played bowls. They were excellent players, and they also travelled a lot. The numerous messages of sympathy, condolences received by members of his family is indicative of the large circle of friends he had, and age for friendship was no criteria. He believed that friendship increases happiness and abates misery. On behalf of the Chinnamma family at large, the L. Chris Naidoo family at large from Stella Hill and Asheville, we thank everyone for their sympathies and the loss of a dear soul, brother, uncle, grandfather. I see Dad has scripted something in Telugu, so I'll also read that. Mikandaraku duka padina subhanshana pampadaniki devudayvana oka dhanyavadamulo. To Uncle Deva, please greet all of our wonderful family as you meet them. Tata and Maima, our dear Mahin, our mom, Auntie Hansa, your very dear brother, Uncle Logi, and our very dear Mahadev, Uncle Vish and Namsu, and our baby granddaughter and niece, Turusha. Asato ma sagamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityomam amritam gamaya. Asato ma sagamaya tamaso mam jyotirgamaya mrityomam amritam gamaya. Chala santosham, na dhanyavadamulu, namaskaram.
As you have heard from Shah, the Chris Naidoo siblings had long-lasting and strong ties with their communities. They were involved in educating and shaping young minds and building the foundations for the next generation. To tell us a bit more about Uncle Deva's involvement in education over the many decades, I would like to call upon Mr. Piri Thangavelu, who is the chairperson of the Tongaat Association of Retired Educators.
Be a little away from me. I think she echoes when you talk. I will remove my mask. I am safe because I had my booster shot last week. Namaskaram, Vanakkam, Om Sai Ram, ladies and gentlemen. Pida, Pan, Jay, Vasi, I stand before you with a very heavy heart. I know lying in this beautiful casket is not DK. DK left this body in the early hours of Monday morning and he's on his way to the Creator. This afternoon, I know we are going to cremate his body and not DK. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Peru Thangavelu, a very close friend of Deva and dearly known as DK by all retirees. We both belong to the Tongaat Association of Retired Educators. My association with the DK goes back almost 30 years, when I joined TER after I retired. DK was one of the founder members of this organization which he loved so much. The irony is that he was also one of the founder teachers of Chatsworth Secondary School. He was one of the early teachers. He was appointed there, and here you are. When he got to know that I was formerly from Chatsworth, he got very excited, because he was also formerly from Chatsworth. And ever since, we became very close friends. When I joined the Tongata Association of Retired Educators, DK was the secretary. He was the treasurer. Being a retired headmaster himself, he was very, very thorough. He kept all financial records up to date and meticulously. Both Bida and DK took part very actively in all the affairs of TER. TER used to have lots of functions regularly. Like we used to have birthday parties, Mother's Day celebrations, Father's Day celebrations, end of the year dinner and dance, among others. But he made it sure that he assisted in organizing all these functions. I'd like to point out a unique feature of this very, very hard-working man. Whenever we had functions, we used to have it actually at the Tongat Secondary Old Boys Hall. And the functions used to be in the afternoon or in the evenings. And members used to be delegated as to who should go to arrange the hall. But DK, though it was not his turn, he will be there. He'll be there to set the chairs. He'll be there to arrange the table, put the tablecloths on, do the decorations, and so on. That was DK. I know on one occasion I did tell him, DK, it's not your turn. Why are you coming? You're getting on in age. What DK said, Peru, I belong to TER and I have to be there. DK was very committed to the Tongata Association of Retired Educators. So much so that when he became an octogenarian, he celebrated this 80th birthday, or this super milestone, with the members of TER. He paid all the costs of the meals and drinks. And when TER offered to subsidize part of the cost, he point blank refused. Teachers are generally not wealthy, but in spite of, he refused to accept anything. That was DK. As I said, both DK and Bida were very, very loyal and proud members of this organization which he served. I can remember sometime about 6 years ago, when the members of TER felt that the constitution of TER that was formed in 1992 was old, it needed a review and amendments. DK so willingly and lovingly undertook to do this. It's a difficult task, and he did it at a very, very short pace of time. DK actually, he loved socializing, especially with the members of TER. Normally, after functions and before we served the meal, the men used to go to the back of the hall. They used to partake in some odd drinks and light snacks. And DK was always part of the fun, the joke and laughter. You know, during this time, he used to always call me Chatsworth boy because he was from Chatsworth. Whenever we met at the drinking table, he'll be the first one to pour me a drink. Or sometimes I used to pour him a drink. Now it looks like I had to pour my own drink. But we were social drinkers, very light drinkers. Last month, we had a very, very grand picnic for the retirees at Westbrook Beach. I know 2 weeks before the picnic, he called me I think it was late in the night, he said, "In Peru, I am attending." And he did. And when he did come, he thoroughly enjoyed himself with the members. I noticed him going from one member to another, having a chat, having fun. That was his last with TER. DK and Bida, they were both members of the Tesco Bowling Club. They took part in many tournaments at club level and won many. But I can still remember DK going to Pretoria and PE. By the way, DK was the secretary of Tesco Bowling Club. Early this morning, I had a chat with one of the members. It was Ray Krishnaswamy. He told me, "Peru, with DK gone, looks like we have to close this club." Ladies and gentlemen, DK leaves a legacy for all of us to emulate. You know, it is said that a great man shows his greatness by his simplicity. That was DK. A simple, humble, happy person. DK, we salute you for your contributions to TER and the fun times we had with you. DK, we are going to miss you. TER is going to miss you. Bida, DK is not gone. He will be your guiding light always. May his soul attain moksha. Thank you.
दासुनि नम्मिति मोसमुजे सुखे दोषमुनि केरा गोपाल दोषमुनि केरा मंदरधर मुकुसुन्दरद चञ्चनधकमुख शरणा कृष्ण वृन्दारकमुनि चुन्दवन्दिते सुन्दर रिपुवरना गोपाल सुन्दर रिपुवरना वासुदेव कमलदनवन्दित शेषनशयन कृष्ण वासुदेव कमलदनवन्दित शेषनशयन कृष्ण दासुनि नम्मिति मोसमुजे सुखे दोषमुनि केरा गोपाल दोषमुनि केरा गतिवादवनि पतितिनि चे पतुन विदरादु कृष्ण प्रतिमायलो ननुपति मुञ्चिते एतुलनि बोधु गोपाल एतुलनि बोधु शरणु शरणु दुर्मन्दर सर करुणजूदर कृष्ण शरणु शरणु दुर्मन्दर शर करुणजूदर कृष्ण धरणिलोना परपुण्यविलिसि नरहरिदय राधा गोपाल नरहरिदय राधा वासुदेव कमलादनवन्दित शेषनशयन कृष्ण वासुदेव कमलदनवन्दित शेषनशयन कृष्ण दासुनि नम्मिति मोसमुजे सुखे दोषमुनि केरा गोपाल दोषमुनि केरा गोपाल दोषमुनि केरा नमो वेङ्कटेश नमो तिरुमलेश नमो वेङ्कटेश नमो तिरुमलेश महानन्दमये ओ महादेव देवा మురుగులు నీ కొసగి Anujilu ninu chere Paramadamu telapumaya Paramadamu telapumaya Namo Venkatesa Namo Tirumalesa Namo Venkatesa Namo Tirumalesa Namo Namo Tirumalesa Namo Namo Tirumalesa
We've heard of Uncle Deva's long and impactful role in education. But apart from his role as teacher and later as principal, Uncle Deva was very involved in community and the society. And he established the first civic association in Vendrover after relocating to Tongaat. And in so doing, he helped build a strong sense of community in the area for which he will always be remembered. Uncle Deva and Auntie Chinema were married for over 60 years and lived most of their lives between Chatsworth and Tongaat. Here they brought up their 4 children, Mayan, Vasi, Pam, and Jayan. Auntie Chinema herself is part of a large family who also hailed from Stella Hill. And here to share some of those family memories is Mervyn Naidoo.
Program Director, members of the Sabha, Auntie Bida, ladies and gentlemen, cousins, friends and relatives. We indeed live in an uncertain society that is filled with trepidation. We know and understand that death is inevitable. So why is it that on this Monday morning, when we received the news of Uncle Deva's untimely death, that we were all shocked? By way of introduction, I'm Mervyn Naidoo. I am the nephew of Auntie Bida and also of Uncle Deva. The answer can be best captured by examining the life of this great man that influenced the life of all that met in his life. I would like this afternoon to try and capture some of the memories that we have of Uncle Deva, and together with the help of my immediate siblings and other cousins over the past 3 days, as we reminiscent about the old days, as we put it. First to the forecourt was my younger sister Sharon, and she boldly mentioned, Uncle Deva served, He served, first of all, as a dear husband, as a dad, as a granddad, and as you would have heard earlier on, as a teacher. But more to us, he was an uncle, a role model to all that crossed in his path. As an uncle to us, the cousins, the operative word should be Unit 2. And when we talk of Unit 2, we find that tears basically dwell up in the eyes of the youngsters. It basically sums up our early childhood and perhaps the fondest memories that we all shared as a family together. All special occasions and most weekends were spent at Ama's house, and it was fondly known as Road 252. And that consisted of all and every one in the family. This great bond between all of us and the families that frequented this humble but hospitable residence. Our fond outings to the then Park Reni, the Mitchell Park and the Japanese gardens were some of the most treasured memories that we have, including the late Uncle Krish, Damu, and Uncle Deva alike. I remember a time in our lives when Uncle Deva didn't drive rather, and he had no car. So Mayan, Vasi, Pam, and little Jayan, of course, together with Auntie Bida and Uncle Deva, were transported between what was known as the Big Three. The Big Three then comprising of my dad, Jambo Naidoo, his brother, the late Uncle Krish Naidoo, and of course, Damu and Deva that made up this mighty four. I remember the time that the late Mayan referred to when we left for a trip and returned to Park Reni once late Sunday afternoon. For some reason, there was a need for both my mom at that time and, of course, my highly spirited dad to drive back. They each chose a co-pilot, and my mom's co-pilot was Uncle Deva, and my dad's co-pilot was his famous sister, Auntie Bida. And we were not halfway through the journey, when we had actually reached Scotland, when we were pulled over, and by an irate motorist that, I don't know why, complained about the erratic driving of my so-called sober father. My father merely blurted out to him that he was barely the driver and that Auntie Buddha was actually the navigator. So it was in these times that we lived, and these memories that had forged in us. Other treasured memories amongst our cousins revolved along the long days that the Big Four indulged in those tiny games. It gave us cousins a chance to actually mingle and settle down with each other in terms of the whims and the fancies of each other. I can remember sitting there on Amma's big bed whilst waiting for these four people to continue the game with Tani, whilst the porridge prayer and the rest of the amenities would go. Excuse me. I can just see this picture, this out there in heaven at the moment. Uncle Deva approaching the gate, Mayan sitting in the car in neutral waiting for you, Uncle Dam shuffling the pack of cards, Uncle Krish, of course, a few steps ahead, singing his famous Inky Pinky Ponky, and of course my dad, bottle of scotch in one hand, glass in the other hand, and saying to Uncle Deva, "Come on, bro, you're a bit late for this party." My sister Renee, on the other hand, recalls the tight hugs and the famous cheek pinches that he bestowed on the girls, and I recall the fond handshake that was offered to the boys. We all agreed that he had made time to inquire about our children, their careers, and their general progress in life whenever we met. He always made time to chat about his outings with us, his retired teacher's outings, or his achievements regarding goals. It was amazing that my sister Sassy mentioned that Uncle Deva was also an accomplished tennis player, something that very few people knew. My personal memories of Uncle Deva is first of all him as an uncle, and secondly, as you may have heard, as an educator. I was privileged to be under his tutorship at the Sunnyvale Primary School, where he taught both my sister Desiree and myself geography. I was personally astounded at the time when Desiree took a sudden interest in geography, which I can only attribute to Uncle Deva and his great teaching ability. The benefits of your work as an educator is evident in the testimony of the many ex-students that you have tutored over the past years. You are and always will be an inspiration to us cousins. The permanent void within this family is evident. My aunties Dolly, Neela, Shushi, Viji, and Anuradha mourn your great loss. We may have to even edit Auntie Shushi's famous statement, "the last of my brother-in-laws." But whilst we mourn today, we may take comfort in the fact that yours was a life well lived. Your devotion to Auntie Bida in the last few years leaves us with yet again another valuable lesson, shoes that we perhaps may never be able to fit. Dear Uncle Deva, I was asked to represent all those that wanted to be here due to COVID, due to illnesses, but I'm here to pay tribute to them, and I'm going to try and cover as many of them as possible. So there's an attempt in mentioning the numerous few that I have listed here. The first one comes from my wife Karun, and it says, "Thank you and Auntie Bida for caring for my parents whilst we went on holidays together." My mom, all she could muster up was say, "Dear Deva, rest in peace." My aunties, Dolly, Neela, Sushi, Viji, and Anuradha, all remarked, "Oh, what a great brother-in-law he was." My siblings were astounded. All they could say is, "What a man." My cousins, still reeling from the shock. And for all of us, lastly today, our condolences to Auntie Bida, Vasi, Pamela, Jayan, son-in-laws, daughter-in-laws, grandchildren. Not forgetting Uncle Vishnu, Auntie Shanti, and Auntie Kasturi. Thank you.
Thank you, Mervyn. Uncle Deva and Auntie Chinema, with their 4 children and their respective families, accumulated wonderful memories over the decades. After retirement, they both developed a keen interest in lawn bowls, and they were members of the Tesco Bowling Club in Tongaat. Uncle Deva participated in many tournaments across the country, and believe it or not, still enjoyed playing until quite recently, when he had to put it on hold as a result of COVID. They also enjoyed traveling together and had the opportunity to travel abroad on a few occasions. Uncle Deva has 5 grandchildren, and Damika, one of his granddaughters, will be sharing a few tributes with us as well today.
Namaskaram. Good day to you all. I am Damika, the granddaughter of the late D.K. Naidoo. I have a few messages that I will be reading out from family and friends who could not attend. This message is from Krinesh and Peggy from Abu Dhabi. Good afternoon. It was with great sadness that we learnt about the passing of our beloved Uncle Deva. Uncle Deva was a kind, loving, caring, and a good heart at soul. Although we lived miles away, he never missed a birthday or special occasion. He would be the first to call. Your sudden death came as a rude shock, and we wish we had more time to appreciate you. May God Almighty keep you safe, resting in perfect peace. To Auntie Bida, Basi, Ham, Jay, Denny, Indran, Reena, and the grandchildren, our thoughts and prayers are with you all. Rest well, Uncle Deva. You will be in our hearts forever. This message is from D.K. Naidoo's daughter, who resides in Australia and could not be with us today. Pamela and family. Daddy, where do I start? How do I say goodbye to you when I didn't get a chance to see you? I could not talk to you as you hung up the phone after speaking to Indran. I insisted on a video call every time that Basi or Jay came to Windrover, but that day I did not to go online. Why? I am so shattered that words cannot even flow easily. Daddy, you were the pillar of strength for everyone. Mummy was never away from your side. Kuresha and Sashan always looked up to you. Indran always came to you for advice and a laugh or two. The memories that Alex and Amy have of you is forever embodied in them, of your kindness, respect, and mannerism. The memories will remain with us all, and we will treasure them forever. Love you, Daddy, until we meet. Ham, Indran, Kuresha, Sashan, Alex, and Amy. This is from the grandchildren, Sinead and Darian. To our dearest grandfather, words cannot explain the void that has been left in our hearts since you've left. Thank you for all that you've done for us, no matter the ask, you always came through. You really were a pillar of strength to not only your grandchildren, but to your children as well. My grandfather was by one of the most amazing people I had the honor and pleasure of knowing. Whenever any of us had achieved something big or small, he never shied away from expressing how proud he was of us. You will truly be missed, and we'll love you forever. The second message is from the grandchildren, Kuresha and Sashlan. Thank you everyone for taking the time to attend our Tata's funeral. We've been trying to put our Tata's life into words, and all we could think of is that he's lived a full and happy life. Our hearts are full of sadness and hurt, and we are still in shock. Being away from our family only makes it harder for us, especially in times like this. When we do come back to visit, and not seeing him there will be the hardest things to face, but we have to remember all the good times we've all shared with him. Ma, we love you and will always only be a phone call away. Vasvi and Jay, stay strong for us and Ma. She needs all of us right now. We love you, Tata, and we will miss you forever. The last message is from all the grandchildren, including myself. Our grandfather worked hard to provide for his family. He never complained about how much he worked or how tired he was. Whenever we needed something, he was always there. His generosity was limitless when it came to the love and support for his grandchildren. We never thought that we would say goodbye to you so soon, but we just want to say thank you for everything that you have done for us. From all the board games and cards that we played, to the laughter and chocolate wrappers that we shared. We will miss you more than you know, Tata. Our love for you is endless. The last message that I want to read is from the rest of the children of D.K. Naidoo. To our beloved Father, whom we loved unconditionally, you have raised us with high morals and standards. It's never the right time to say goodbye. The lessons you have taught us to always be humble and never look for praises. You are never one to boast about your achievements, but always excited about your children's accomplishments. We appreciate all the times we spent together and the memories we shared, because for you, family came first. During our good or bad times, we appreciated your support. Although we are full of sorrow, with heavy heart we bid farewell to our loving Dad. So Dad, be at rest and know that you will always be loved and missed. Thank you.
Amen.
I've had and have many memories of Uncle Deva, but I guess probably the most fondest one would be from our many school holidays that our family spent together. These were either when Uncle Deva and the families came up to Johannesburg or when we visited them on our Durban holidays, either in Unit 2 or in Tongaat. I remember the many picnics together, the very many card games and jokes and laughter, but the picture that's still very vivid in my mind is probably the very fashionable long sideburns and the white vests that he and my dad seemed to love. One of the advantages of being part of a large family is that there are a lot more people to support you through the good and the bad. The family has received very many messages of condolences and support from family and friends far and wide. The family would like to express their thanks to everybody for sending these messages who couldn't be with us today. Unfortunately, there are just too many to be read out today. Auntie Chinema, Basi, Pam, Jay, and the families, we feel your loss, we share your loss, and we stand by you through this difficult time. Uncle Deva will be missed by us all. Family and friends, we are now approaching the end of the funeral. If you would still like to pay your last respects, please would you do so now, as we will be proceeding to the crematorium shortly. Thank you all.
Namaskaram, everyone. As much as I'm here in the capacity as the priest of the family, I think Uncle Deva and Uncle VK and family and I go back a long way. Andy, I share your sorrow and the separation that you feel. The hearse is here, we are now about to leave. So let us bow our heads and do a prayer. Adinarayana Amurta Vindushayana Vedanta Vidya Mukunda Vanajasi Vanamali Vikuntavasa Rama Rama Rameti Rami Rami Manurami Sahasranam Tatvalyam Ramanamam Varanami Sri Ramachandra Parabrahmani Namaha. O Devuda Prapanchamu Kalaga Chesina Tandri Jeevu Yinibe Nalgo Laksha Puttinchina Tandri Neeku Memo Mrakkitivi Mana Tandri Devadas Naidoo, ఇప్పుడు మరణము చెందెను దేవా, ఆయన తెలిసిను తెలియకను ఎన్నో పాప కర్మములు చేసితివి. ఆ పాప కర్మములు మన్నించు దేవా. తన భార్య, పిల్లలు, అన్న తమ్ములు, అక్క చెల్లులు, తన కుటుంబములు శాంతి బలము ధైర్యమిచ్చి వారిని గృహములో ఒక జ్యోతియాయి నిలిచి వారిని పక్కతోడుగా యుండి రక్షించి కాపాడు తండ్రి. ఏడు కొండలవాడ శ్రీ వెంకటేశ నీ పాదములు గోవింద 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 గోవింద. Let us chant Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama Sri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Rama Jaya